Club Shay Shay, y'all know that's Shannon Sharp podcast. He had Steve Harvey on there, and the interview was sparking some debate, obviously in the black community. One of the things I seen that Steve Harvey said is that women don't have to bring anything to the table. Then he talks about how men, what are we bringing to the table? Why are we being responsible? She is going to raise your child and raise another you. And that's all, if you consider that bringing something to the table, because he said it ain't nothing, that's, they don't need to bring nothing to the table. And, I was listening to Corey Holcomb. That's kind of when it really resonated with me, hearing what Corey Holcomb had to say and shit. Somebody else was telling me about it. And I started watching the interview a little bit before, but sometimes you hear somebody else's opinion and it started to resonate. And I remember my great-grandmother, the guy she was with, his mother said, you take care of her and she shouldn't want for nothing and whatever. And, I guess that's how it used to be. But like I said before, I don't live by what society say. And if you do, as a man, I only can speak from a man's, my neck hurt like a mug, but I only can speak from a man's standpoint of view. And if you do, kind of live by that code, how Steve Harvey was throwing himself at Laura and shit, and trying to do whatever, change yourself to conform to Laura, and you follow those rules, you're gonna get burnt in life. I learned that early on, real shit, the funniest shit ever, right? I was talking to this chick, right? I was in her sister class, they was twins, right? And I'm like in the 6th grade, 7th, something like that, whatever. And they was named Tia and Mike. I was in Tia class, she cool. Well, Michael wanted to get with me and shit, so we ended up going to Toronto and shit on a class trip. And we got together, and I guess she was worried about what people say, so she broke up with me like the next week or whatever. And I wanted to get her back. I ain't never told this story publicly. I wanted to get her back, so I started singing in front of her. Like the way it wasn't everybody, but I wanted to sing in front of everybody. I started singing to her and shit. She like, oh, hell no, no, I'm good or whatever, right? And like nobody bagged on me because I fought. So that was the thing about it. Like, niggas know I was willing to fight. So it didn't really matter. We was going, and nigga, you was gonna bring your lunch pail and a hard hat. It wasn't gonna be no easy shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gonna be no like we gonna bang. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And funny story, a side note about the fight and shit real quick. The year before, that's the first time I had switched schools and shit. So I used to go to a private school the year before. So I went to a performing arts school, whatever. So the year before, me and this dude that fought. That's why my life lesson to start not getting in people's business. He was beefing with my boy. My boy was much smaller than this nigga named Trevor. I'm like, hell no, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't got into this nigga beef because he's smaller and shit. And me and this nigga Trevor then fought and shit, right? And he catch me. Like, he catch me, whatever, right? But I slipped before he caught me, I slipped on the mud. But when I slipped, I punched the nigga. And when I punched him, his whole lip split open and shit, and the fight was over. So long story short, the next school year, we at the same table. And they was like, this one nigga was like, y'all had fought, didn't y'all? I was like, yeah, I fucked that nigga. He said, no, man. I was like, what happened when I bust your mouth? The fight was over, right? He was like, yeah, man. This shit, nigga started laughing and shit. You know how guys is, nigga. We could bang, and like we ended up being good friends after that and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I kind of learned that you can't really live on what society say. Once you start to test, you go out there and you know what I'm saying, and you try to kind of like do what you see on TV when it come to love and certain things in society. That shit that ain't how it is, bro. And my mom told me some real shit, and that's not too long ago. She was like, man, you keep chasing whatever. If you keep chasing, she ain't gonna like this particular girl. You ain't gonna like, basically, long story short, I looked at it, you give it a power. But if you act like, you don't give a fuck or whatever, you do your thing, then, you know, the curiosity, and she gonna, you know, come to you. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how it works. And I have been applying that principle just, you know, without even knowing it, and other things in life and shit. But like what he was saying, I mean, if you wanna live by that code, live by it. I remember I think something just posted up and I shared it on Instagram the other day. It was about, I think it was the model Eva Pickford, but they changed her name to something else. And I think that was her. And they said her husband had adopted her daughter as his, and they had 2 kids together. They getting divorced, and now she want him to pay child support for all 3. You know, and when you gotta understand, bro, a lot of these dudes who, you know, kind of live by that principle, you gonna get burnt. Especially with the wrong woman. It ain't even no right woman. Man, women love different than we do, bro. When a man love you, bro, I think that shit is forever. Unless you just do something to violate it. But, you know, for me personally, if you ain't gonna bring nothing to the table, I ain't even fucking with you though. Like, for real talk, I don't even want to fuck with you. You know, that's just me in general, dude. Like, I ain't got time to be bringing nobody at my table I'm breaking bread with, and it ain't shit coming from it. Like, you come around and I don't get no nutritional value from it. I don't get no point of view. I don't get no game. I don't get no stock advice. I don't get no business advice. I don't get no motivation. Like, I'd rather just stick to myself. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that comes to the table, we rubbing elbows with, it got to be some type of nutritional value you get from that. And for him to say a woman, just because she had your kid, that's all she need to be. You know, and he been married 3 times, I think they said. And some guys, especially in the South, I don't know if West Virginia considered the South. I can't think about the Mason-Dixon line right now, but it's close. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of Southern men believe in getting married. They really believe in it, getting married over and over and over again. And obviously, you know, he had 3 marriages, and Corey Holcomb like, why would somebody listen to you? Why wouldn't they? This man had 3 marriages. He obviously knows something, even if it's a cautionary tale of what not to do. But for him to say, well, a chick ain't got to bring shit to the table, to me, if you got anybody at your table, they got to bring something. Anybody you rubbing shoulders with, or you sitting with, or whatever, they got to bring something to the table. Real talk. And some guy listen to him and you do everything the traditional way. You work, you pay all the bills. You give her what she want. You try to manage time, you try to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it still don't work. You heard what I said, my man's adopted this woman's daughter. And still one of them. Now you gotta pay child support because you mad it didn't work out for whatever reason. The most time when people get divorced, it's women that initiate 80% of the divorces. You know what I'm saying? So you like, man, you ain't got to bring shit to the table. You know? And I just be thinking like, bro, I can do bad by myself. I can say drama by myself. If you want pussy, it's free. Shit. I mean, that ain't nothing. And to make that comment like, oh, just because she can have a kid, you know, well, that's just enough. And let me go out here, and then you walk in and you find out she cheating on you or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And you've been grinding, busting your ass, and then y'all split, y'all divorced, whatever. And you find out now that you slowed down and paid attention, y'all done had kids, child support. You ain't get no prenup, alimony. That make enough for a person to do something that's not even in their character. Now she get a piece of your 401k, your pension, your stocks, whatever you got put up, your savings. That's enough to make the person do the unthinkable, bro. And you really tried to do this shit the right way. listening to Steve Harvey, doing some shit that's the 1940s, 30s way. You done grinded everything. You done build up your real estate portfolio, and now she get half of that. She ain't help you get that shit. You know? And I agree with one thing Corey Holcomb say. A lot of these niggas got bad taste in picking wives. And one thing that I like, you know, I've noticed, man, sometimes a decision is so easy, you want to complicate that shit. And not just when it come to women. Like, let's just say when it come to women. You be like, man, I ain't doing this, that, and the third. Well, she got kids? Nah, you know what I'm saying? She got baby daddy that's there? Nah, I'm good. Like, I'll just fuck her or whatever. Or, some people might wipe them off the board. You know what I'm saying? And or you just kick it. So I'll give it a try. I'll just keep it casual. Next thing you know, you in a relationship. Sometimes, the flags be there or decisions so easy that you want to complicate the shit. When a decision is a layup, bro, take the layup. You be like, okay, man, nah, I got, this is my stipulations, or this is my, what I'm standing on. If this ain't right, I ain't fucking with it. And watch how easy, even when you're dealing with women or in life in general, you be like, you know what, I don't want to work midnights with a job. You got 2 job offers. One of them midnight, one of them ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to don't complicate the shit. Don't take the midnight job because they get paid every week and this other one get paid every 2 weeks, or it's $1 difference or 50-cent difference, or ain't no real difference. You just weighing the options for no reason. But sometimes, man, us as men, dude, we know what's the right and the wrong decisions and what's the right and the wrong type of woman. You know, bruh. You know if she got a mouth on her and you ain't one of them dudes that can tolerate the mouth. You know if she got kids, you ain't a nigga that want to tolerate kids. You know yourself. Knowing yourself is half the battle. Shit is 90% of the battle. You know if you ain't gonna be faithful, why the fuck go get married? You know if she care about you, she out doing stuff. Oh, man, I see you was low on shaving cream. Or I seen your drawers had holes in them, so I went out there and bought you some drawers. Oh, man, don't worry about it. I got dinner tonight. She treat your birthday like a holiday, not just going to grill a steak on the fucking stove. She taking you to Capitol Grill, or she taking you to Roof Chris. Like, she reciprocating that birthday energy. She really care about your birthday, even though you say fuck it. She really put that energy into making sure it's a great day. She willing to go in her pocket. A lot of times it's a great sign. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, babe, I made you lunch. What, when we go out that way, a lot of these girls, like women want to be housewives but can't cook. Or you come home, the house still fucked up. They, so man, we know. We know. But a lot of times niggas want to, ignore the signs because, you might not have no options on the floor. Or you can't say no to some fat ass or whatever. You be like, man, she ain't even my type. She a 6. I don't even fuck with 6s. But females know a way of finessing and playing the game. And they talk about how men get with a woman, he hit and he changed. Women do that shit too. Women get comfortable. You move the bitch in, y'all move in together, and she get comfortable. And you know what I'm saying? She stopped looking a certain way, and she started just, not doing what she supposed to do. Women do that better than men do. More than men do. Get comfortable and fall off and stop doing what they did to get you. They do that more than men do. I think men just reciprocate the energy that's received from them. But, like I said before, you can listen to Steve Harvey. Trust me, I done seen the TV shows. I done seen niggas write letters. I done seen niggas sing. I done applied a lot of that shit just going through life. I done applied a lot of that shit. And one thing I could tell you, if you ain't take shit else from this video, as a man, one thing I'll tell you, bro, act like you don't give a fuck. If you meet a chick, don't be hounding her. Act like you just, even if you in a relationship, man, just act like you don't give a fuck. And you might not. That's going to make them stick to your ass. Just play the role. But, him saying what he's saying, that might be true for somebody. But in my experiences, dude, I'm against it. But, hey, It is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Peace.